Hey Girliepops, today I'm going to be putting together a little tier list. A tier list of movies that I just like because they did something to me, okay? These movies like made me who I am, okay? These movies like did something to my personality, okay? They did something to my brain chemistry. So anyway, yeah. Let's get started. The first movie I have here is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a movie where the stories of several different couples intertwine. As the holiday goes on, the couples experience first dates, long-time commitments, youthful crushes, and connections to past lovers. Wow. In my personal opinion, this is all my personal opinion, it is a very good movie. You know, I like how all the stories are kind of like going on at once, and you can just, you know, see things from a lot of different people's perspectives. I just think that's really cool. I just like movies like that. And spoiler warning, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this. So, I'll put a timestamp up there if you want to skip over it. I really like the last scene at the end, like, specifically, just because one of the stories is about this guy and this girl who have been, like, best friends since, I think, childhood? I don't know, but they're friends. And right at the end, you know, she finds out that her boyfriend has been cheating on her and has, like, this whole other family. Chat, what? But anyways, then right at the end, they're, like, at this little bridge, and they're having this, like, little moment, and then they kiss, but then they're, like, hit my elbow on the desk. Anyways, they're just, like, I don't know about that. They're just like, yeah, never mind. And I just think that's a funny and, like, almost, like, relatable moment, just because, you know, like, a lot of people think, like, you know, if a guy and a girl are friends, have to be dating, but, like, a lot of, like, guy and girl friendships are, like, actually, like, platonic, so I just thought that it was funny that they included that. Anyways, sorry the quality's absolutely terrible, but, so this is the tier list. We've got I Am in Love with You, Girl You Ate, okay, what? And Absolutely Not. I don't think anything will go in Absolutely Not, or the one below it, but, you know, and then last of all, we have End It All Right Now. I think I'm gonna just have to put it in Girl You Ate, because not the worst movie, but, you know, just not my favorite, you know. Next is the movie Mean Girls. Mean Girls is a movie that follows Katie Heron as she moves to a new school from Africa. She's adopted by the popular girls, but starts losing her true self and trying to seem cool and trying to win over the guys she likes. Mean Girls is definitely one of my top movies, okay? Although it's an over-exaggerated version of high school, it, like, actually, like, does a good job of pointing out, like, the clique problem that most high schools have. It definitely demonstrates what not to do in high school, okay? Girls support girls. I think that also goes in Girl You Ate. I think it should go before Valentine's Day, though. I think I'm gonna move Valentine's Day back there. Or actually, I'm gonna move Valentine's Day down to okay. Next, we have literally my all-time favorite movie across the board, Legally Blonde. After being dumped by her boyfriend for not being serious, Elle Woods follows him to Harvard and realizes that she is so much more than just a blonde. This movie literally changed my whole perspective, okay? This movie is quite literally, like, who I am, okay? I love Elle Woods so much. She's so iconic. She shows that you can be smart, have a 4.0, be top of your class, but you can still be girly and still like pink and still be fashionable, okay? She proves that being yourself never goes out of style, okay? Legally Blonde is definitely going in I Am in Love with You. Next is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Andy Anderson is a journalist for Teen Girls magazine. In an effort to start writing about things she actually cares about, she tells her boss she'll do an experiment and test a bunch of classic guys don't like when girls do this on a guy so that she meets at a business party. When I first watched this movie, I had no idea what I was getting into, okay? I will admit, some parts were a bit hard to watch. But I had to remember that, like, even the character was cringing too, okay? It wasn't just, like, you know, Kate Hudson. It wasn't Kate Hudson cringing, okay? It was Andy Anderson cringing too, okay? It was everyone. Put in the timestamp, where to skip to. Spoilers. I like how they both got mad at each other, even though, like, they were kind of both in the wrong, though. Because, like, Andy pretended she liked spending time with him just so she could be an absolutely unbearable person. And, like, he pretended like he liked dating her, even though she was unbearable, just so he could get, like, a promotion in his job. And, like, they, like, both got mad at each other, and they were like, oh,
I'm just some guy you could play your little mind games on. And she's like, oh, well, I was just a girl some guy picked out in a bar.
Like, are both mad at each other and just, like, walk away dramatically. Like, bro. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? I think that'll go in Girl You Ate, okay? But I think that goes before Mean Girls, though. Just because, like, I like both of those movies, but I feel like they don't belong anywhere else, you know? Next, we have She's the Man with Amanda Bynes. After the girls' soccer team gets cut, Viola Johnson finds out that her brother is supposed to be going to college, but is instead sneaking away to perform with his band. She gets an idea and takes his place at this college to play soccer. She falls in love with one of the guys attending the college, though. I have to say, I did enjoy this movie, but compared to some of the other movies on my list, it's just a little lower on the tier list. Spoilers. I'm sorry, but like, did the whole,
actually, I'm not Sebastian, I'm Viola.
Did the scene have to go like that? Like, did she have to do that? Did Sebastian have to do that to prove he was a guy? He's the man. I feel like that belongs down with, because I like Valentine's Day more, so I think She's the Man is actually gonna go and earn what? Next we have Clueless. I actually love Clueless so much. It's like one of my favorite movies. Anyways, in the modern retelling of the story Emma, Cher Horowitz decides to take the most unpopular girl at school under her wing in an attempt to set her up and make her cool, while also finding love with someone close by. That someone close by is a little closer than you'd think. This was one of the first rom-coms I actually like watched. Like, this is like what got me into the genre. So this movie just has a really special place in my heart. It's so iconic. Like, before I watched Legally Blonde, Cher was my inspiration, okay? I loved her values, I loved her style, I love her. Spoilers. The thing is, like, I do love Cher, obviously, but I would not date my previous stepbrother, okay? Like I know they aren't blood related, but like, okay, so like, he's her stepbrother, because like, they're not blood related. He used to be her stepbrother, but then their parents got divorced, so he's not technically related to her anymore, but like, they were still partially related at one point. Clueless is going up in I Am in Love with You, okay? We all know that, okay? I discussed that. This next one, Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. This movie follows two 28-year-old women who come up with an elaborate lie in order to impress their old classmates at their high school reunion. I relate to this movie a lot, just because, like, my best friends are, like, literally the same way. We'll probably be living together in, like, 6 years, maybe. Hi, Mr. Peanutbutter. Anyways, we aren't very popular, even though we don't go to the same school right now. I'm not very popular, and I doubt either of us are going to be lawyers. We have each other, and that's all that matters. I think they're also going to have to go in I Am in Love with You. Next, we have 27 Dresses. I actually watched this movie really recently. I like first saw it like 3 weeks ago. Being in love with love her whole life, Jane Nichols absolutely loves weddings and has been invited to be a bridesmaid at 27 of them. However, when she finds out her sister is marrying the man she's in love with, she meets a journalist who hates the idea of love and changes his perspective. I watched this movie recently, and I also relate to it a lot. I am literally in love with the idea of love, okay? Like, as someone who just kind of lost a situationship, this movie was like...
Wait, is this play about us?
27 Dresses is going in Girl You Ate, but I think I want it before Mean Girls. Not excited about this one. 500 Days of Summer. Tom Hansen is completely caught off guard when his girlfriend Summer dumps him. He reflects on the 500 days he spent with her trying to figure out what went wrong. However, Tom discovers his true passions and interests other than Summer. Not gonna lie, I really did not like this movie. Like, I understood, like, what the story was, like, trying to tell, and, like, on paper, it sounds like a really good idea, because I heard about it through an Instagram reel. Anyways, but, like, watching the movie in itself just felt, like, really tedious, because, you know, like, right at the start, you know, you find out the whole plot of the movie, you find out what's going on, you know that they're not gonna last. But I just felt like watching the movie was just, you know, just kind of boring, not gonna lie. Like, up until like the very last scene, it's kind of just like, oh, two people are being immature about love. I think that's going in the absolutely not. Just because, okay, so I lied. 27 Dresses is not the most recent one I watched, because I watched this one last weekend, okay? Romeo and Juliet, 1996. In this modern retelling of the original story of the star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet fight for their right to love, although tragedy strikes them both. So, like, I already knew the story of Romeo and Juliet since we had to read it for English class. That's why I watched the movie. But, like, actually seeing it play out made it, like, much more sense, you know? Because, like, even in the retelling, you could see what was happening, and you knew, like, exactly what was happening. Like, even though it was modern for the time, you know, they were still talking in Old English, like, straight out the play. Obviously, they had guns instead of swords. But I knew what was gonna happen, but, like, actually, like, seeing them die in the end, it just, like, that ruined me, okay? That destroyed me. Romeo and Juliet, 1996. I feel like that's gonna have to go up in the I Am in Love with You, but I think Romy and Michelle can go behind that. On the topic of Leonardo DiCaprio, we have our last one for today, Titanic. Okay, I know literally everyone and their mother has seen this movie, but I only saw it this year. An aristocratic woman and a poor man fall in love for 3 short days on the ill-fated ship's maiden voyage. This movie literally wrecked me. Okay, like Romeo and Juliet, I knew about the Titanic, obviously. I knew what happened, but, like, watching it play out, like, actually destroyed me. You know, like, I, like, was thinking about it, you know, because, like, I know, like, oh, ship sank. But, like, actually, like, seeing that and, like, just, like, imagining what the people on the Titanic, like, felt, that was, like that was, like, a wake-up call for me, almost. Anyways, I love the story of Jack and Rose and, like, the idea of their forbidden love. But there was enough room on the door. Rose, you're not that big backed, okay? Literally, scooch over. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was, not gonna lie, a little tedious to make, but, you know, I just need to find a way to start off this channel, you know? Because I literally had no idea where to start. I don't really know what this channel's gonna be. It's just gonna be, like, whatever I feel like doing, I guess. But anyways, yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, subscribe, like if you feel like it, and yeah.